Peace and blessings, family. It is on once again. It is yours truly, Bakari John Boa. I am the founder of EY Pele Movement. My wife, Amani John Boa, is the co-founder. And we focus on your spiritual, your physical, and your financial well-being. Hopefully, everyone's weekend is going well. We're definitely enjoying ourselves. It's always date weekend around here in the John Boy residence. Talking about every weekend for years. Date. That's right. Got to keep the fire burning, keep the fire going, the fire romance, man. You know, you see that beautiful lady right there? I don't need to say nothing else. I got to put in the work to make it work. Yes, indeed, family. So we're excited about the series that we're doing, Spiritual Decolonization. We're doing part 3 on today, Moral Lifestyle. Last time when we did the video, unfortunately, we had a storm that came through. And so, you know, we had to redo it because of that. So we're going to talk about that on today. Before we do, we're going to go on a short commercial break. All right. So make sure that you like, subscribe, share, and invite. Okay. Because we're going to talk about moral character. All right. We're going to deal with that. Around here, what we always say is just because you transition from religiosity does not mean that you leave behind morals. Okay, remember, morals even predate religion. But we're going to talk about that a little bit later on in the program here. Okay, so again, make sure you share, like, subscribe, and invite. Okay, and again, we thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll be right back. Okay, Queen, the mic is hot. Go ahead.
Everyone. Okay, sorry. Greetings to everyone on this day. I'd like to say hello to everyone. Want to first honor the ancestors. We're so glad that you guys could be with us again tonight. I want to honor my husband. And I'm just happy to be here. I just want to play a little tribute or honor to our Ori. And remember, in one of our last lessons, we talked about the Ori. And we said that the Ori, the Yoruba call Ori, is the head. It's the thing that leads and guides us. As you listen to the words of this tribute to the Ori, you'll get a better understanding of what the Ori is and how it leads and guides, and why our ancestors and our brothers and sisters in the Yoruba culture pay tribute to Ori.
To wake up early in the morning and give destiny its due. It is me that will meet with luck today and tomorrow. I invoke the power of my Ori, my divine self, connected to all that is, to bring into manifestation all Ire goodness in my life. I raise my hands and touch the ground. I am one with heaven and earth. Ori, 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 you are the first and the foremost. You are the exalted one and the head. Ori, 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 you are the first amongst all Orisha. Without one's Ori, we cannot find our way. Who can accompany the devotee to any place without turning back? Ori, it is you. No Orisha can offer protection without sanction from Ori. Ori, I salute you to the Godhead. Whosoever is offering Ori chooses to accept, let them rejoice profusely. Blessings of Ori. One who guides one to wealth, one who guides one to health, one who guides one to riches. Ori, it is you. Ori, 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 you are the first and foremost. You are the exalted one and the head. Ori, 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 you are the first amongst all Orisha. Without one's Ori, we cannot find our way. Beloved governor of all Orisha, who takes one to the good place. Ori, it is you. Whenever we wake up in the morning, let us hold our head firmly and say, Inner Spirit, guide me. Inner Spirit, guide me. Inner Spirit, support me. Inner Spirit, support me. Inner Spirit, support my relationships. Inner Spirit, support my relationships. Ori, 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 you are the first and the foremost. You are the exalted one and the head. Ori, 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 you are the first amongst all Orisha. Without one's Ori, we cannot find our way. My Ori, take me to where I belong. My Ori, take me to where I belong. Ori, I thank you. Ori, I thank you for my destiny. Ashe.
Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Mojuba, Ori. So again, it's an honor to be able to come before you. It's an honor to be able to come before you again on today. As my husband stated last week, we had a time in here. There were some things that were said. There were some things that were done. And then we had a big storm that came through and just unplugged us all. So, you know, we were grateful that we did. After a while, we had, what do you call it? Our electricity got, turned back on. The whole town, they had an issue with electricity. It was a sudden storm and it tore up some things. But we're just grateful to be here. We're just grateful to be able to continue on this lesson. This is our last lesson in moral lifestyle for this particular section. And as my king stated, just because we have exited, some of the institutionalized religions does not mean that we go haywire. One of the things that used to happen, when we were Christians, we were backsliding, and everybody knew when you backslid because you became the chiefest of sinners. You was doing any and everything. A lot of people, you knew they were backsliding because, they was drinking and smoking again, and they were on the ballroom floor and et cetera, et cetera. And then seems as if their morals went out the window. But we just want to let you know that even if you're not in four walls, and even if you're not in an institutionalized, again, religion, that spirit knows. There's principles in the universe. You should reap what you sow. Those type things, whatever you should have, whatever you say. All of those principles in the universe still apply, whether you belong to an institutionalized religion or not. So on the last session, a couple sessions ago, episodes 8, 9, and also 10, moral lifestyle. Well, episodes 8, 9, moral lifestyle, part 1 and 2, we discussed morality and how morality affects our day-to-day life. We went over how the culture of the colonizer has infiltrated our thoughts and beliefs surrounding community and our moral views. We uncovered the fact that we live in an aesthetic, evil society, especially here in the United States, and we need to tame it with mayat and authority. We also gave solutions to such disruptions. Those solutions were what we presented was Iwapele, which is gentle character, Iwariri, which is good character, Mayat, and also Ubuntu, which is togetherness. Today, we will start episode 10, Moral Lifestyle, part 3. We will be coming from a Twa, Cushite, Kemetic, Ancient Egypt, Hebrew perspective. We would discuss the moral lifestyle of our ancestors, our moral lifestyle today. Iwa Pele, Iwa Riri, the principles Mayat, Kemetic and Hebrew culture. We will also uncover how our immoral living has offset the balance of some of the things in the universe. Now, I wanted to just talk just for a moment because, you know, they say you're in this world, but you're not of this world. We're in these United States, and there's things that, you know, happen in this United States, whether we want to believe it or not, whether we want to accept it or not, it affects us. It affects us as a people. It affects us as a population. If it's done locally, it affects us as a neighborhood. You know, if there's something going on in the household, you know, then there's something that affects us as a household. So on this week, we had a very, very emotional week for a lot of us in the African American community, along with some of the other marginalized groups here in this country. Some people were thrilled and overjoyed by some of the decisions that came down. But if you're thrilled and you're overjoyed, you're okay. You know, I'm not talking to you in this session right now, right? So, you know, you're good. I just want to deal briefly with those that were affected. And it seems like the strategic attack of the colonizer has been advanced. I mean, even in the movie, The Black Panther, our superhero, right? He was a fighter. He was a warrior, right? He gained ground and he brought portions of the world together. He was our superhero, right? Then in real life, he was stricken with cancer and he suddenly died. He died in his prime. He died in the prime of the series. I mean, we had just came out. We had just, you know, had our superhero. I mean, we dressed the part. We looked the part, right? We did everything that we can in order to embrace and engulf this Wakanda situation, right? Everybody was bringing up roses. You see what I'm saying? And in our mind, it's like, oh my God, there is this place, this heavenly place where we can walk around and we're all one and everybody loves each other. And this tribe was there and that tribe was there. And we, you know, everybody was just gelling. Of course, there was some what we call aesthetic things going on, but we knew how to deal with them. But our superhero, he was no longer there. And it kind of put a damper on things. And then I heard a gentleman speak this week. He says that, you know, nobody really wants to be a leader of the Black community because every time we get a leader, he dies or he's assassinated or something or the other. You know what I mean? And all of that thought, it just pierced my heart. You know, it was like somebody had just dug a dagger in my heart. And no doubt in my mind, I was very, 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 very emotional. And there's some things I could have done within my emotion. I mean, I was all out of whack. I was all out of balance. No doubt in my mind, I was about to get kicked out the room. Because my emotions had welled up in that particular situation. And my husband, he taught me, you know, like if you're fighting, right, you got to be, you know, careful about how you handle things emotionally. You got to be strategic in what you do. And even in the Black Panther, when he was fighting, you know, his sister told him to hit the what do you call it? The outfit that he had on. And then whenever he got hit, that energy, it was there. That energy, when he got hit, it was there to help him. Right? And he was able to use that energy and redistribute it in order to fight the forces of evil. So this is something that we have to take into account, and we have to learn, even though our emotions, you know what I'm saying, well up on the inside of us, we have to redistribute all of the pain and the punches that we felt, we have to redistribute them and use them as something in our arsenal, so that when we do have to fight this, what we say, aesthetic society, or when we do have to fight back, we have what we need and the power and the energy that was redistributed to fight our enemies, right? So what we're going to do, we're going to collect all of that emotion. We're going to rechannel it. We're going to use emotional intelligence, and we're going to keep on fighting, right? So I just wanted to discuss that with you just a minute, because see, we're victors in this battle, right? So while we're victors, we're not going to let our soul be pushed out of alignment. We're not going to let us things get us off track. And this is what we're going to be discussing today, even when it comes down to our morals and things like that. We're not going to let challenges take us out of alignment. We're not going to let challenges take us out of ourselves. We're not going to let challenges push us somewhere where we're not going to be. I heard a song come on the radio about he cheat and I'm going to cheat back. For what? Really? How about he cheat, you break up, going on with your life? Why take down your morals in order to get tit for tat? You remain in divine alignment. You remain in the covering of light. You see what I'm saying? So that's what we're going to talk about today. So we're still talking about Mayat. Mayat is so important. When I was, doing the studying and things like that, that thing just got all in my spirit about Mayat and things like that. Sometimes we look at this stuff and it's not like, oh, she's, this God or whatever, or however they told us. It's just the principle, of what this netter represents. I mean, she is the total embodiment of balance, of harmony, of everything. You see what I'm saying? And so right here it says that Mayat is truth, justice, and harmonious balance for all that the netter has created. When someone defies the law of Mayat, they also defy an established order of the universe, right? And we also went over last time that this act of disorder is called isfat. That's the wrongdoings. That's the falsehood. That's evil. And that which destroys balance. Isfat is the major reason for disease. The lack of harmony in our bodily temple. You see, Mayat, she's not just, you do this right, you do that right. She's saying right here, if you don't have balance in your body, you are apt to get some type of disease. This is how powerful Mayat is. You see what I'm saying? This is how powerful this principle is. Mayat here, she's represented by an ostrich feather. She is the near weightlessness of balance, harmony, truth, justice, righteousness, order, arrangement, and reciprocity. She lives an honorable life and honestly pursues liberty. Mayat is the primordial, essential principle which gives meaning to all values. Mayat balances cosmic order and arrangement. She is truth and justice that allows the divine human in the form of Nesbit Pharaoh, and that's the Pharaoh there, to protect the country from disorder, pre-existing order, famine, and misery. All life must conform to justice and truth, represented by Mayat, the supreme virtue, the guide and measure of all organic activity. She is the balance. She is the law and order. She is the peace. She is the supreme that causes things to go together, right? So, but Mayat, there's a enemy out there. Of course, we said Isfat to promote this imbalance, this harmony, and this disorder. And we said that Mayat is the balance and order of everything. And I'm not going to go over it again. and that she's even a harmonic symbol on the music scale. That's how much in harmony she is. And again, I said she is the balance with this. She represents the balance in your body. You know how they say you got too much acid, you got too much this in there, you got to balance it off with this. You know what I'm saying? Or you're eating too much salt, you need to balance it off with this. You know, too much of anything is not good. You see what I'm saying? There has to always be balance. There has to always be harmony. If there's no balance, if there's no harmony, then you're going off on the deep end, right? So, and that's what this nectar, she represents. And so, and we should be viewing the world from a Mayan order. It helps us to decipher what's going on and how things should be dealt with. You see, she is the interconnectedness of all things mental, physical, and spiritual. She, in fact, represents the cosmic order. So in your spare time, what you should do your own research. You should do your own study on Maya and what she represents. The principles of Maya. You know, this has everything to do with a moral lifestyle, right? This has everything to do with morality and the way we're living, because let me tell you something. If you don't do some of this stuff, you might end up in jail. You see what I'm saying? Or you might end up in a bad situation. So that they're telling you up front, these are some of the things that you might want to abide by to keep yourself in a place of under the cover of imbalance or in harmony. So the first one, truth that develops self-mastery and self-discipline. You need to have you need to discipline yourself. You need to master yourself. A lot of people have a lot of things to say about other people, but you don't even have yourself together. My favorite thing used to say, I used to like to say, is get yourself together, right? Number 2, justice on a personal and social level. These are the ethics. You see what I'm saying? Number 3, righteousness or propriety as good behavior towards everyone, respect. You need to respect everyone. Number 4, harmony within yourself. It may not say that on here, but harmony within yourself and towards family, society, and nature. Then you have number 5, balance. That uses the right measure in decision making. Notice I say the right measure, the right amount of this, the right amount of that, right? Right thinking, right speech, knowing what to say and how to say it, right actions, acting with integrity, never abusing your power or abusing your mental, physical, or spiritual body by consuming or taking anything that may harm you. Right meditation. It helps you to transcend this Esfit activity and live by Mayat through the understanding of oneness with God or with nectar, with netter. You know, right breathing. We haven't talked about the breathing techniques. Right mindfulness, your right thought process. You see what I'm saying? All of these things need to balance. If my mind is always in the negative, right, then I'm gonna be lopsided. Things are gonna go negatively for me, right? But if I add some positive and see if I can get it to outweigh like the scales of balance of my yacht, then things will balance off. If not, if I continue to walk in negativity and self-doubt and all of these other things and in fear, I would continue to go in that area. Fear and doubt will follow me because that's the energy that we have on the inside of us that allows things to attract to us. All right. Reciprocity requires that what goes around comes around. performing selfless services at least once every day. We should be performing services to giving to the poor. We should be taking care of people. We should be going out of our way, you know what I'm saying, in order to perform, not just to, you know, to expect a reward in return, but to, you got the understanding or the understanding of what goes around comes around. So if you're going to treat somebody out of order, you can just best believe that the laws that are placed, the laws of Ma'at in this universe, say what goes around comes around. Oh, you're going to get yours, right? You know, it's one song they used to say, if I cover my head, my feet will show there's no hiding place. Believe me, there's no hiding place. Just as sure as you got a light, just as sure as you vibrating in this universe, it's coming up again. So, and there's also the 42 principles of Ma'at right there. And I'm not going to go over all of them because, you know, we're not going to belong to time. But I will say this, you know, a lot of times they're like different. You know, you can go to a different list and they say it different over there. You go to another list, they say it different over there. You know what I'm saying? But the bottom line is these 7 principles of Ma'at, you should be lining up with them. I don't care how they said it over here. It should be lining up with these 7 principles. Like the number 1, I have not done any wrong. I haven't killed anybody. I have not been unjust. You know what I'm saying? I haven't been angry through righteous indignation. I haven't bore false witness against another. You know, I haven't desecrated things. You know, I haven't gone with somebody's husband and disrespected them. Or I haven't gone with somebody's wife and disrespected them. I haven't betrayed my ancestors. You know, I have done no evil. You know what I'm saying? These are the principles that our ancestors had set up for that that community, right? So I needed to go over Ra, this particular nature of light and victory. This is Ma'at's father. Yes, Ra. Ra is a powerful, all powerful, radiant and majestic. His powerful rays shine through darkness, illuminating the path ahead. He is the omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent, all-knowing Neter. He is the Holy Spirit of the Commission Neters. Everything is infused with Ra, and therefore is an aspect of Ra. Everything has Ra, and everything is infused with Ra. There it is. So here's a declaration. This is what I wanted to get to. Here's a declaration that Ra said. Ra said that in the beginning, thus said Ra, the Lord of all, Lord of the utmost limits, universe, after he had come into beginning and being and brings into being, I raised up beings in the primordial waters of none as inert things. I found no place to stand. I formed it from the desire in my heart. I laid the foundations through Ma'at. You see that? Ra says that he laid the foundations through Ma'at, meaning Ma'at was there from the beginning. You see? And when we get ready to talk about this Isfet or this other entity, this chaotic entity, you're going to find out that he was there too. This chaos. You see what I'm saying? And this chaos got upset because Ma'at and Ra was putting him in order. He didn't want to be put in check. You see what I'm saying? There was some confusion in that area. He said, I created forms of every kind. Many were the forms which issued forth from the commands of my mouth. This is what Ra declared these things. He said these things with his mouth, and they came into being. So he said that he laid the foundation up through Ma'at. He put her in charge, and he commanded these things, right? And Ma'at, again, she was there from the foundation of the universe. Mayat is the dark matter that holds everything together. She is the glue that holds everything together, right? So like I said, there is now, so now, not only does Mayat have an enemy of this Isfet, Ra has an enemy also of this chaotic deity, this Isfet, this chaotic being or what have you. So this chaotic being, you know, he really didn't appreciate them coming on the scene and causing things to get better, because, you know, if it's too much chaos, you out of balance. But when Mayat came and she began to balance things, so now you got chaos, so now you got something to balance that chaos off, which is Mayat. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't want to be balanced off, or whatever the case may be. But what I'm understanding, he still has a problem to this day. This is Apophis. This is Isfet. This is what the Christians might call today the devil. Full of chaos. And there's been a fight from the beginning with this particular deity. There's been a battle between light and darkness, good and evil, order and chaos. And if you notice that there's a lot of different spiritual systems that let you know that there is an opponent. There is something that goes a negative energy or a dark energy, or something that is opposed to light that you may have to fight on the inside of you. You know what I'm saying? That energy might have jumped on somebody else. You might have to do some things on the outside of you too. But there is an opponent. So in the beginning, there was chaos in the waters. Ra brought order to the waters with Mayat. Isfet, the Apophis, this evil snake thing here, chaos and confusion was from the beginning. We must recognize that we live in an Isfetic evil society where chaos runs amok. It is founded on evil. The foundation is death and murder of our ancestors. So this place, this society, this thing that our ancestors was swooped up into, it was already Isfetic. It was already full of confusion. It was already anti-Mayat from the beginning, right? And we are sons and daughters of Ra. You see what I'm saying? And so don't think for a second, if you're a son of Ra, you see what I'm saying, that you're not going to have this fight on a continuous basis. How you doing, Sister Maliki? You're going to have this fight on a continuous basis. You see what I'm saying? So don't think that this entity has not raised up humans and other things that will fight you and fight everything that you about, simply because it has he's upset with the creator for his position. You see what I'm saying? You have to keep that in mind, because I consider myself a son of Ra, a son of what they call a son or daughter of God, so to speak. You see what I'm saying? So what happened was this one on the left, that's him, you know, acting up again right there. And that's how our ancestors portrayed him, as tearing up everything. But you see in the middle, see, Ra turned into a cat. You know, today, you know, cats, they'll tear up a snake in a minute. So this is what they portrayed. Our ancestors portrayed it as the great natural Ra turned into a snake and told this Apophis, this here Isfet up. You see what I'm saying? And not only that, there came a time when they were on the waters, and Ra would go through the what they say, they go through the underworld nightly, because of the story that I'm not going to tell you the whole story. You know, I advise you to go and get the whole story because of our time. But as you can see on the right, there was teamwork that made the dream work happen over here. There was other natures involved in defeating also Apophis. You see what I'm saying? And there's some times that we might have to come together and double team some stuff. It's sometimes that you might have to grab the hand of your brother and your sister and say, hey, let's get this thing together. We have to double team this enemy that's trying to stop us from progressing. You might have to give some divine instructions. Okay, you come from the left, you come from the right, you come from the middle. I need you to use this gift that you have in order to persuade. I need you to use this talent that you have in order for you to divert. You see what I'm saying? Because these enemies, they come with tactics. They come with all type of conniving ways. And you can best believe that when you have situations like this is not the time. You got this big old enemy right here. This is not the time for you to put your head in the sand and try to pretend like it's a kumbaya moment. These people got knives in their hands. They got spears in their hands. You see what I'm saying? There's a fight going on. You see what I'm saying? So, because we are children of Ra, as it said that Ra's in everybody, that's what they say. We possess the power. We possess the strength, whether it's through the words of our mouth or what have you, in order to fight those battles that are coming at us head on. I don't want for a moment to have anyone that's listening to this to get discouraged about anything, because you are well able to defeat any chaotic situation that you're in. You see what I'm saying? Whether it be from the power, the strength, like I say, from the words of your mouth, from the strategy, from the strategic planning. I told you about the divine weapons in your arsenal. A lot of them are not carnal. They're mighty, like they say, and a lot of them are spiritual, but you also got your natural weapons. I'm not just talking about a hammer to bust somebody in the head. I'm talking about other things, education, some of the other things that you have that can whip this enemy. You see what I'm saying? So I just want to say, close to my closing, that everything has to have balance. You can best believe there'll be chaos, but you can counteract chaos with mayat and well-being and strategy. You see what I'm saying? We're not worried about, we see the enemy. We got a plan for the enemy, but we also need to have a plan and know the weapons in our arsenal, how we're going to use them. You see, when situations arise, we're not going to tuck our tail and run. We're going to face the enemy face up. If there's a situation come up in the house, we're not going to tuck our tail and run. Say, sometimes, I tell you, I learned the hard way. I used to get bills. I prayed over them, woke up the next morning, they were still there. My God. But anyways, I had to face them head on and call the people and finally get on the payment plan. All right? So I didn't have to get on my knees and beg God and make my knees all black when all I had to do is pick up a phone. You know, I could say a little prayer and ask ancestors to help me before I get on the phone to get me some courage or whatever. But all I had to do is pick up the phone and ask the people, can I get on the payment plan? I don't make but $100 a week. Okay, we'll let you do $15 a month. Oh, there it is. And stay on that $15 a month payment. That's all. You see what I'm saying? That is it. Face the enemy. Face that thing that you're so afraid of. Tell fear it has no place in your life. You see what I'm saying? And then to have to that's also a part of morals. Also, you need to have integrity and character. You see what I'm saying? This is what they're saying to you. If you have some integrity, you have some character, you can beat this devil. You see what I'm saying? This some of the stuff that's arising in your life. So, and in my closing, during this time and season, the divine is raising up warriors. You know, I told you earlier, we had a situation at the beginning. You're going to see some people that you never thought would stand by your side. Don't knock them down or anything like that, or talk bad because they don't look like you. Because the spirit is raising up people with the spirit of Haru, the spirit of a warrior to go out and fight for things. I mean, they're coming out of the crevices like never before. There's a major war going on, and it's on your behalf. It's on the behalf of the descendants of those that were enslaved and those that were overthrown, those sons of Ra. You see what I'm saying? This Ra story is also a reminder that even in the darkest times, that the forces of light will prevail and hope will always triumph over despair. And also, if you're not operating in Mayat, in divine order, you're operating in chaos. If the enemy dwells in darkness and you're living in the opposite of Mayat, where you think these malevolent evil forces are going to be? If you're in darkness all the time, you're in darkness and gloom. If you're depressed and you are on the second dimension, or you operate in your lower energy, that's exactly where chaos is going. He likes the dark. He loves to hang out in dark places. You see what I'm saying? So be a light where darkness resides. Whichever nature you feed, that's the one that's going to win. So I advise you to feed the nature of lightness. And I'm going to say this one thing, and we're going to be gone. It's a little something that's to the answers is in regards to moral living. It says living with purpose and moral integrity. And listen to what I'm saying. That is our path. Our path is correct. Our problems will be solved by us. And on Judgment Day, when asked by those ancestors who before us measured up what we did with our lives, let the record show we did what we had to do without exemption. We live with purpose. We live with integrity. We live with dignity. We had heart. We had courage. We would not be denied. With humility, we took lessons from the great ones and learned from our mistakes. We made right the things that were wrong, and we were not wrong on the things that were right. We fought hard for what mattered. We seized the moment to measure up. We ran the good race. We fought the good fight. We finished strong and more. We did it with integrity. And in the end, we always won when the winning was in our hands. And I would say, Ashe. Thank you guys for joining us.
Phenomenal. Hey, family, thank you so much for tuning in. And remember, we do these programs every Sunday and Thursday at 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. Same station. Make sure you go check us out on our YouTube channel for those who are on Facebook. Okay, check us out on the YouTube channel. All right, make sure you check us out on Instagram. Okay. Also, if you'd like to communicate with us, please feel free to reach out with us via our email. Okay, we would love to speak with you. Set up, an appointment. If you want to just talk, if you're a person that's transitioning from religiosity to spirituality, or you're a person that's stuck in between, you don't know which way to go, we could talk to you. Okay. You don't have to be concerned about a fee. Okay. You know what I'm saying? We'll talk with you. All right. And talk you through some things. Okay. Because we understand we've been there before. All right. And we wanted to create, my wife and I, a safe space for you. Okay. We understand, for those of us who are trying to reconnect with ourselves. Okay. And once you understand, when you connect with your African self, all right, you can't help but to connect with your spiritual self, because we are spiritual people. Okay. And we were spiritual long before any script was ever written. All right. And you got to understand that. You have to understand that. You have to get back in tune and understand that, we live by moral principles, thus the 42 principles of Mayat. Okay. So just like in E5 teaches you how to have Iwa Riri, because Iwa Pele, which is good character, is still gentle character rather, is still a part of having good character. Okay. So with that being said, that's why we're doing this, because unfortunately, some of us, we have some mannerisms that are out of order, and we try to justify it. Let's just be honest. We really do try to justify, our misconduct. Okay. And we have to make sure that our souls are purified. Okay. And I'm not saying because you slip here, you say a word here and there, but when you become careless, and I don't care, and then you just what society considers to be foul language. Okay, first of all, there's no such thing as a bad word. Let's be clear. All right, this is an upbringing that all of us had. Oh, you said a bad word. You swore. You're swearing, right? Truth of the matter is, there's no such thing as a bad word. Just like a gun is not bad, right? A gun within itself is not bad, but you can use a gun to do wrong. So the gun within itself is not wrong, okay? But you can use it to do wrong. Just like when people, take a gun and they rob somebody. You understand what I'm saying? Now they've taken the gun and used it wrong. Somebody got into a disagreement. They go get a gun, they kill the person. Okay, now they use the gun to do wrong, right? You understand? So understand that just because you're not religious anymore does not mean that you should speak profanely. You understand? I'm not saying that, we don't use, a quote unquote colorful word once in a while. You understand? But every other word, you know, your spirit got to be cleaned up. Okay. Like back in the day, they say your mouth need to be washed out with soap. The soap is used to clean. Okay. Well, those moral principles, man, use those moral principles to wash your mind out. You understand what I'm saying? To purify your spirit. Okay. And many people run away from this because they like being foul. You understand? And when you're foul like that, you give off a foul spiritual order. You understand? And that profane lifestyle you live and how your mouth is, you understand, you drive people away. And this is the reason why they say birds of a feather flock together. But when you walk with a person in light, they're going to pull you out of that darkness. Trust and believe that. When you hang around a person with light, the light is going to shine and it's going to show you your ways, okay, that are unclean. All right. And then sometimes when we hear these talks, that's just for religious people. No. That's a lie. Okay, it's not. Okay, it's about it being for moral people. And see, that's the problem. When you say that's for religious people, now what you've done is you've limited a moral lifestyle to a religion. Morality predates religion. Remember that. Wisdom predates religion. Wisdom existed before religion. Morality existed before religion. So what we should seek to do is be upright people and to spread love and light throughout this world. Understand this. Never allow somebody else's heart condition to be your own. What do I mean? They can't stand you. They hate you. We always use that about an ethnic group, but there are some people that look just like us that can't stand you and that hate you, okay, and don't have your best interests at heart. This is wisdom teaching here. This is clean up teaching here. This is not this lower dimensional teaching here that keep you on that vibe frequency where we justify wrong, okay, so we can fit in. No. You need to live right. You understand? That is the African way, right? Not this colonized, ideology, way of life that we have because we've been cut off from our spiritual teachings. That's the reason why most Africans think like that. You understand? You know, you reap what you sow when it comes to African spirituality. Whatever you put out is going to come back. Okay, there's no running and hiding and going under the blood of Jesus and, you know, taking communion and, oh, take me to the cross where my Savior died. Oh, take me to the water where I've been baptized. Oh, my sins have been washed away. No, you in for a culture shock. With African spirituality, you reap what you sow, my friend. So you need to be very careful about what you say and what you do, because it will come back to you. Okay? So again, thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate that. You know, we just wanted to drop some spiritual jewels on you, and to help you to grow. Okay? You can't grow by us lying to you. You can't grow by us lying to you. Okay, hating somebody because they hate you, I don't care what their ethnicity is. When you return that energy back, you have just lowered your vibration. You just have lowered yourself. Always keep that in mind. Okay? Don't be vengeful. You understand what I'm saying? Don't be vengeful. Now, I know it's natural for you want to get somebody back that did you wrong. And it don't matter what they look like. Somebody do you wrong is natural for you. Oh, I'm gonna get them. Listen, you got to learn, understand reciprocity. They're going to reap what they sow. You don't have to do nothing to anybody. They did it to themselves. When they do you wrong, they set themselves up to fail. I promise you, I've seen it in my life. Whenever a person has crossed me, I didn't have to do nothing. I promise to goodness. You know why? Because it's a universal principle. You do me wrong, wrong is going to come back. It's something that's going to happen to you. Something not going to go right for you.
What Celie said, whatever you done is already done. I mean, whatever you done to me is already done to you.
There it is. There it is. Put the finger. You understand? You understand? You know, so
yes.
that's just the fact. So that's just something, you know, we wanted to talk about, family, because we noticed that a lot. It's unfortunate that, you know, as African people, we really feel like, especially Africans in America, you know, we really feel like that's the way that we just act, and that's just the way it is. No, it's not. No, it's not. That's a learned behavior. We ain't come over here talking like that. We ain't come over, understand, think about it. Those words are from a different language. Those are, you know what I'm saying? Female dog. Okay, the B word. Okay, that's not in the African language. The MF word, that's not in the African language. So where do we get that stuff from? You understand? All right. You know, now we look at AWS. Last time I checked, that was kind of like referred to a donkey or something. You know, okay. All right. You know, so that's all I'm saying. You know, it's about, you know, cleaning ourselves up and seeking to go to a higher level. And we need to really start caring about what we say and or do. And understand that this is a lesson I had to learn too. And I'm getting ready to close. All right. Just because I'm angry doesn't justify my misconduct. That I know that's a tough one right there. I know that's a tough one, especially for y'all who love to fight.
And I got something to add.
I know that's a tough one. Go ahead, Queen.
And when y'all making love, all them bad words, y'all use that energy for something else. Say something else, like bring in a car or something. Don't be saying them bad words. Use that energy for something else.
Now that caught me off guard. Yeah. But anyway, family, you know, that's the focus and whatnot. So let's focus on raising our vibration. Let's start vibrating on a higher frequency. Okay. It doesn't mean that you're not intelligent. You know, it doesn't mean that you're a bad person. Okay. Remember their words. It's just about remembering the outlook on society when these things come out of your mouth, because everyone in society don't understand the breakdown of profanity or cursing, because cursing really by definition means to wish evil upon. And I'm glad I got back on that, because a lot of times, oh, he cursing. If they're wishing evil upon somebody, they're cursing. Okay. If you're wishing evil upon, or you're putting a spell on somebody so they can be harmed, you understand what I'm saying? Because you're trying to get them back, okay, and then you doing some type of spell or something like that. Okay, now you cursing. Now that's cursing. Swearing, look it up, is to make an oath. That's why they say, I swear, right? Okay, so you're making the oath. You understand? You know, so that's just something I wanted to break down, because we utilize things traditionally, and unfortunately, a lot of us don't get into linguistics and etymology, and this is the reason why it's important, so we could get a better understanding of what we're using. Okay, the words that we're utilizing. Okay, to be wise about these things. Somebody may say gay, but that mean happy. Somebody say, oh, he a faggot. Well, that's a bunch of sticks. Brother Biker, you get very technical. Yes. Because we use words ignorantly. You understand? It's no shot. It's just the truth. We use words ignorantly. We don't even know what the words mean. You know, and then we start making up stuff about what the word mean, like the nigger word. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's a name. No. It's negas. It's Negus. And that's what the Nubians or the Cushites or Ethiopians, whatever we want to say. You know what I'm saying? That's the king. Negas, not nigger. And people keep talking about, oh, that's not Niger. No. No. You know what I'm saying? That's not the case. You know what I'm saying? They use, first of all, negro is, remember, the Spanish brought us over here, and negro in Spanish means black. Okay, and just a jewel I wanted to share real quick. That's all. This is a jewel I wanted to share, just to put some information out. But you all have a blessed rest of your evening. Hope you have a blessed rest of your week. Okay, and we'll be talking to you both. Well, we'll be talking to all of you rather, real soon. Getting ready to close out. Quinn, you got any last words you want to share before we shut it down? Okay, peace, love, family.